Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has arrived with the kind of opening most filmmakers spend an entire career chasing. It debuted at 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. As more reviews arrived, the score moved into the mid-90s, but the message remained clear. Critics believe Nolan may have created another masterpiece. This time, he is taking on one of the oldest and most influential stories ever told. Odysseus, played by Matt Damon, has survived the Trojan War. He wants only to return to Ithaca, to his wife Penelope and their son Telemachus. But his voyage home becomes a 10-year punishment. The sea turns hostile, gods interfere, monsters wait beyond the horizon. Temptation offers comfort, immortality, and escape. Back in Ithaca, Penelope and Telemachus are trapped in a kingdom being consumed by men who believe Odysseus will never return. This is not merely an adventure about finding home. It asks whether home can still recognize you after war has changed everything. The film runs 2 hours and 52 minutes, and its production almost became a real Odyssey. Nolan shot for 91 days across Greece, Morocco, Italy, Iceland, and Scotland. The production exposed roughly 2 million feet of film. Actors learned to sail and row aboard a real vessel, while Nolan spent months shooting on open water instead of rebuilding the voyage inside a studio. And for the first time, an entire feature was photographed with IMAX film cameras. New technology made those famously loud cameras quiet enough to capture intimate dialogue and tiny changes on an actor's face. Even the Trojan horse became a physical environment, with the filmmakers climbing inside the constructed structure to work out the sequence. That detail explains why critics are calling the film monumental and overwhelming. But its greatest weapon may be Homer. The Odyssey is traditionally attributed to Homer and grew from an oral tradition nearly 3,000 years ago. Its more than 12,000 lines were later arranged into 24 books. But its emotional engine is timeless. A tired person trying to return to the people he loves. The Cyclops, the Sirens, Circe, Calypso, and Poseidon are unforgettable. But beneath them are pride, loyalty, grief, temptation, and the cost of being absent from your own life. Now comes the theory. This is interpretation, not a confirmed plot twist. What if Nolan's monsters are not only physical creatures? The Cyclops could represent Odysseus's pride. The Sirens could represent his need to be remembered. Calypso could represent the temptation to stop fighting and disappear. Poseidon's punishment could become the guilt he cannot outrun. There is another possibility. In Homer's poem, Odysseus tells parts of his own adventure. What if Nolan makes us question whether we are seeing events exactly as they happened, or as a damaged warrior needs to remember them? Again, that is speculation, but it would connect perfectly with Nolan's fascination with time, memory, and unreliable perception. Is it his best movie? Some critics see a crowning achievement: practical filmmaking, a career-level performance from Matt Damon, and a blockbuster with real literary weight. Others admire the spectacle, but find parts emotionally distant, overly controlled, or less faithful to Homer's mythic strangeness. That debate may be why the film matters. A safe movie disappears after opening weekend. The Odyssey is making audiences argue about a poem almost 3,000 years old. Nolan may have made a war epic, survival film, psychological nightmare, and love story at the same time. But the final question is not whether Odysseus can defeat gods and monsters. It is whether a man can return after 20 years of violence, loss, and temptation, and still deserve the word home. The Odyssey opened at 98%, but its real test begins when the theater goes dark, The sea fills the screen, and the audience realizes the journey was never only Odysseus's. It was ours.